Welcome to Watches and Wine. I'm Paul.
And I'm Michael.
And today we got some vino. And could it be Pinot?
It sure is. So today we have Pinot Noir. It comes from Sonoma. And they're both 2021. And so I wanted to do something a little bit different today. In our journey, in our wine journey, like I want us to learn, and I want you guys to grow with us, and like we learn from you and you learn from us. One thing that I think is really nice is if we learn how to order wine like old money.
What does that mean?
Did you ever see that show Inventing Anna? It's like, I do not have time for this. I do not have time for you.
I do not have time for this. I do not have time for you.
Did you see that?
No.
She was like, this is actually a true story. She was like some like socialite that she didn't really come from anything, but then she pretended like she had a lot of money.
Oh.
So in one of the episodes, it's like she ordered off the wine list she was old money.
Okay.
So old money meaning like you really know a lot about wine. You're not ordering the most expensive wine on the menu, and that's what you're getting. You're ordering by region. You're ordering by vintage, year, and you're ordering by grape. So that means that you put in a lot of knowledge, and you know like what's what.
Okay.
You know.
Are these same vintage?
So yes. So 2021 in California and Northern California is regarded as a really good vintage for Pinot Noir.
Okay.
So whereas take for example 2020 California. Was devastated by wildfires, so that was really not considered a great vintage year across the board. Obviously, there's going to be winemakers that doesn't matter what the year is; they're still going to produce really great wines. Okay. But if let's say you were at like a restaurant or you were out somewhere and you wanted to order like a glass or a bottle, you didn't have a sommelier with you, and then you have like this huge list. How are you going to order? Yeah. If you order by like vintage and region, it's gonna get you really close to probably you're gonna end up liking the wine that you get. Okay. Right? Okay. And so I chose two different ones, right? So this one is a $60 bottle. So flowers from Sonoma Coast, 2021. And then this one is a $30 bottle, and it's Bowen, 2021, Russian River Valley, also Sonoma County. So they're generally the same area, same vintage, same grape. But I wanted to see like how these two compare in terms of like, okay, one is more expensive, one is less, but just across the board, if either of these were on your wine list and you wanted to pick it, would they both rack up? Or is the 61 that much better? Is it double? Okay. Is it double as good?
So, do you think we should start with just a blind tasting?
Yeah, that's fun. Let's do that.
You want to try that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so we're gonna
pause. Okay, but don't get confused.
It's too late.
Now they're both gonna be equally as good.
All right, here's the first one.
Glorious.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but it's glorious. It's also glorious. Mm-hmm. It has a different profile.
Which is your preference? And then maybe we'll reveal which one he picked at the end after we actually go through our tasting of each one.
This one is my preference.
Okay.
But this one is also lovely.
Okay.
Can you imagine if this is a $30 one? That'd be nice.
That would be right. Eyes is closed.
Good?
This is really good.
You like it?
Yeah. Oh my. I know which one this is.
Okay.
Now that it settles on the palate, I'm gonna pick this one. I think this one also goes better with food. This is the one I'm going with.
Yeah, let me put yours back in order first, okay?
Yeah.
Are your eyes closed?
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure.
London Bridge is falling down. Time to wake up.
This is the flowers. This is the Bowen. Let's start with.
Which one should we start with? Bowen?
Start with Bowen.
Okay. Okay, so what do you get?
I want to say I get fresh plum on the nose.
I can see that. I get also like a boysenberry, like a blackberry.
Okay.
You get like a little bit of leather.
The body is actually a little bit more heavy on this one, more than I would have expected for a Pinot.
Yeah, I think this one is like definitely more full-bodied.
Raisiny. Almost like raisin bread. I don't know why, because I get a touch of cinnamon. I get a touch of cinnamon to it.
Okay.
And then the weight of the body gives me like a raisin bread vibe to it. I like it a lot. I think it's an excellent wine. And this is the Bowen, which is the $30.
The $30, yeah.
Yeah.
This to me is a 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
For
For me, this is also a 5 out of 5 for $30.
Yeah.
All right, let's try the flowers. Whoa, this is way different on the nose already.
Yeah, it's definitely opened up.
This is brighter, more acidic on the nose.
I almost got like I know it's weird to say, but like almost like a caramelly kind of like caramel with like.
Yeah, you know what I was gonna say? I get like a sweet cigar, like that sweetness of a tobacco, along with like I get a cherry fruit.
Right, but top. not burnt tobacco. Like
fresh unlit cigar is what I get.
I can see that.
Yeah, I definitely get the tobacco on the palate.
Yeah, I can.
This has slightly more bitterness, where this one is slightly more rounded. But this also has a depth of flavor that this doesn't have.
But you know what? Like, if you were given these two glasses, would you be sad with either glass?
No, not at all.
Right?
Exactly. They're both excellent.
Right.
They're different though.
They're different. The flavor profile is different, but they're both solid wines.
Yeah.
And I think that was like my main objective. It's like. It's a grape, it's a varietal, it's the regionality and the year on it.
The big reveal, you picked Bowen.
Yeah, I know.
Off the bat.
I know, yeah.
What did I pick off the bat?
You picked flower.
I picked flower?
You picked flowers, yeah. So I picked the Bowen because I like the full-bodiedness of it. I thought it was really nice, super smooth. But then that's why like when I tasted it, I was like, oh yeah, I picked Bowen. But then when I tasted the flowers, after like it opened up a little bit, then I was like, well, this is completely different because it wasn't as acidic.
Correct.
And the flavor profile is changing.
Yeah. And the way I would describe the difference between these two is one is more fruit forward and one is more earth forward. Like one is more earthy and one is more fruity. Yeah. Like I almost get a little mushroom in this one, in the flowers one.
Umami?
Yeah.
I think they're both solid. They're both solid. They're both complex. Let's be real. Neither one is like a cheap wine. It's still a $30 bottle of wine. But they both have characteristics for different reasons. In terms of like flavor profile, as it opens up, flower changes more to me than the Bowen. The Bowen doesn't change as much.
Yeah, this almost tastes like an older vintage wine. Like it has that characteristic of an older vintage.
Right. Yeah. It has.
Where this kind of tastes like a younger 2021 vintage kind of.
That's a great point. Yeah.
This was a fun experiment.
Yeah. Awesome.
This was good. Very eye opening.
Yeah.
But we didn't rate the flowers. What would you rate the flowers? Is it 5 out of 5?
I would still give it a 5 out of 5. Also, based off of like the way that it like opens up and changes, and the fact that it, as you said, it does taste like a vintage wine.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it is $60.
It is $60.
So, I mean...
But the flavor's so good. I would give it a 5 out of 5. Yeah. Given that it's not that old, it tastes like an older vintage. The quality is excellent.
Yeah.
I would definitely buy it for probably more special occasion, or like...
Yeah, sure.
Like I'm cooking a really nice steak, or I'm going to a nice restaurant, this BYOB, I'm going to bring this. They're both excellent. Yeah.
So
both
now
highly recommended.
Now we can order like old money, even if we don't have no money, we can order like
old money.
Yes. So you don't just order the most expensive thing on the menu. You go buy
vintage, grape,
yeah,
and region.
Yeah.
We should close it out?
Yeah, let's close it out.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something like I did. I think it was excellent. Give us any recommendations, 2021 Sonoma County Pinot Noirs that you recommend.
Or if you guys have like favorite like vintages and regions that you love, pop them down there, because always trying to understand more about that. And it doesn't have to be California. It could be anywhere in the world.
Yeah. Cheers.
I don't have time for this, and I do not have time for you. You